So this video is going to be dedicated to your guys' questions, because I've been getting a ton of them on, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Buy a new truck, don't buy a new truck, this and that. And so I'm headed out to the truck now to go drop off some more parts, which we still haven't gotten everything, but we did get the other fender. It's sitting back there. So I want to go over everything with the truck and why I'm not getting rid of it. And, you know, basically all the reasons, give you guys my logic, okay? So that way people understand. And because honestly, going any other route to me makes no sense. So, and I will explain that why. All right, so it's raining. We're not really doing anything with this today, so I figured I would go over and give you guys the video on like why I'm not getting a new truck, why I'm fixing this one, why, like all that stuff. So basically this is my 2004 Dodge Ram 2500. It was a dually swap truck and it's got a 12 valve in it. So, and that's one of the reasons why I really like it, is that 12 valve swap. I've always loved third gens. So I will not get rid of this truck no matter what. Even when I do go buy another truck, go buy a 5500 or something, I'm not going to get rid of it. But the reasons that I like this truck, one, it's cheap. I can get it back on the road no matter what, because, you know, it got hit in an accident and we were on the road the next day. Fix the suspension, tire, and we're good to go, okay? So it's quick, it's easy to get on the road, it's cheap. When it breaks down, it's all cheap stuff and I can get it done quick. Secondly, no payment. I refuse to own anything that I have to make payments on, okay? I'm trying to get my debt down from a previous business venture. I got that legal stuff that needs paid, and I also need to get the trailer paid off. Once that stuff's gone, we are free and clear, debt-free. Title of everything I have is in my hand. So that also means that I can take more home time, because a lot of guys will say, oh, you need to get a semi, these wannabe truck drivers, this and that. Basically, I could tell you, I'm right exactly where I want to be. That's how it is, okay? Everybody starts somewhere. 27 years old, I got 3 kids, I got a fiance, we're getting married here soon, and this just makes sense. That's how I see it. No payment, none of that. I own my stuff, and that's how I want it to be. So when I go get another truck, I'm gonna make sure that I have the cash for that other truck as well. A lot of the money that you guys see me making this year, a lot of that's going back into my savings account. I act broke. It's just how it is. It's how I'm gonna be. I'm cheap, I'm stingy. My fiance, also the same way. She's very stingy. She helps us keep a lot of our money in our pocket, and we have a lot more in our pocket than people would really know. We own our house. We don't own the land that we're on, but we own our house and all the equipment we wanna own. So that's why I run this old truck. It does not make financial sense for me to ever get rid of this truck. It just doesn't. I said I like the third gens. Why do I like third gens? Basically, it's as modern of a truck as I can get with 4 doors, still have a manual transmission that's reliable. That NV 5600, I love it. The 12 valve, I love it. Those two in combination alone, I get to run paper logs, and it's a super reliable, super dependable setup. It just is. This truck hasn't really given me any issues anymore since I finally went through. Everything is done for the most part. Like, I think I have 1 or 2 issues with it every month, okay? At this point, it really hasn't. It used to break down a lot, and it was all quick, simple stuff I could get fixed. But it's at the point now, I had wheel studs fail on me when I got home the other day, okay? About a month ago. So, super simple to fix. And then after that, I had a U-joint on the drive shaft. The center one went out, okay? That's to be expected, because that was a used drive shaft that I threw in. I didn't get it brand new. So I am going to take it out and I'm going to get it rebuilt. But unfortunately at this point, I want this done. That's done. But I want this done first, and then I want to take the trailer to get inspected. And then while I have the trailer at the shop, I want to go take this and get the drive shaft rebuilt. So I might do that next week. But all the parts are in. I had a lot of guys say, oh, that's the wrong fender. And I hate to break it to you guys, but every one of you were wrong. It was the correct fender. I also just got the second one in. So we do have the headlights, the mirrors, both fenders are in. The grill is in. We're waiting only on the mega cab flares and the rear bumper. Now I get it, we are gonna have to do some body work with stuff like this, so we'll probably end up having to fill some of this stuff up. I'm not gonna do that right away. We're also not gonna do paint work right away. I might have 2 doors sourced out. I'm waiting on one of the guys here to be able to figure that out for me. I do need to take that exhaust tip and kind of like push it back a little bit, which I'll probably do while the flares are off, because it definitely needs to, I want it to sit like right about here. So that's that. But like I said, it just makes sense for I can build this thing however I really want. If I want to take that suspension out, because it is a reverse leveled truck as well. So if I want to take that suspension out and throw anything in it, it's all shit that I can work on. I've dealt with newer trucks. I had 11, 12, 13, 14, and 16. And they're ultimately super expensive to maintain and super expensive to run. Same with a semi. It's a lot more stuff to maintain, and it doesn't make sense for our situation. Yes, a semi would be cool, but we have no need for one. And the only reason, if I were to go out and buy a semi, the only reason for me to go out and get a semi would be if I'm compensating for something, because I don't need one. Don't go out and buy things you don't need. It's like every Joe Schmo that goes out and buys a pickup truck and uses it once a year to tow. It's like, you don't need a pickup truck even, you need an SUV. So do what makes sense for you. Don't worry about what the super truckers say, but this is my logic on why I like this truck. It has 539,000 and a half miles on it, and it runs good. The engine's got about 300,000. The rear end's probably somewhere right around there. The front end's gutted. It's a 2-wheel drive truck now instead of a 4-wheel drive truck, which is also what I want. So if I ever do go to buy a 3rd gen 5500, which I will do after a couple, maybe a year or two of running this truck more, I will do that, but it will be a 2-wheel drive truck. I won't buy 4-wheel drive anymore. So, but ultimately the truck looks really good. You know, once it's all together and everything, it'll be good, and I'll be happy with it. You know, here's the other side with the doors and everything. I do need to get a tire, so I'm gonna get 2 of them. But for the most part, oh man, I need to take these wires and kind of like hide them a little better from the rain, because it is raining. But there you have it. Now another thing is, being non-CDL right now, because I am going for my permit next week, which, you know, people will dog on that too, because, oh, you're just going to get your permit. I've had mine for 15 years. Nobody cares. You started somewhere as well. So that's what we're doing. This truck has a 9,000 GVWR, and my trailer I couple it with has a 17,000 GVWR, so 26,000, so it's non-CDL. Now when I go get my CDL, I'm probably going to work on, I know you can change the VIN numbers on these, or not the VIN number, but you can change the GVWRs. So I probably will find a way to do the rear suspension and basically make this a dedicated 3500 pickup truck with the higher GVWR. You can do that in Pennsylvania. I just got to figure out the correct paperwork and whatnot. So my trailer will be a 21K GVWR trailer, which will put this at 30,000. But then if I can get the GVWR up to like 11 or 12,000, that would put me at like a 33 to 35,000 GCWR, which is what I want. But the only thing holding this back is the rear suspension. Obviously, I don't want to do that on the rear suspension, being that there's only 4 springs and no overloads. So I will upgrade that eventually, but the airbags definitely do a lot of the maintaining. But that's basically my sense. I'm going to keep building this truck into what I need, and that's it. I own it. That's what I'm happy with. I will never get rid of this truck unless for some reason it just gets crushed. That would be the only way that I don't rebuild it. If the frame gets bent, I'll replace the frame. Any of that stuff. I have enough money set aside that say I were to just randomly one day bend the frame, okay? One day, you know? Say like right in this area, we bend a frame again, okay? You know, I could go get it straightened or whatnot, but say it's somewhere that I can't get it straightened, like right here. Say the frame bends and the bed goes into the cab, okay? I can go get another frame for this truck, take a couple weeks off, and fix it. I have the money set aside to do that, and, you know, it's not something I want to do, but it's something that I can do. And that's basically how it is. I did think about swapping the front ends to a 2-wheel drive, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I might swap the front to a cabin chassis front, because they had a solid axle with 2-wheel drive. I might do that. I don't know, just to get rid of the pumpkin that's down there, which will also give us a little bit more ground clearance. But other than that, I'm super happy with the truck, and there's no reason for me to get rid of it. That just doesn't make sense. I won't go buy another one. I will not do a payment. That's my gist, okay? It's exactly what I want, what I built, and why I built it. Anybody that has anything different, if you guys want to buy me a new truck, go for it. I'm not recommending doing that, because I really don't want a new truck. I'm sick of the emissions problems. I'm sick of computer problems, warranty issues, and all that stuff. And it's like, all these people will have things to say, and it's like, at the end of the day, I'm 27 doing things that people in their 40s or 50s haven't even done yet. So that's just how I see it. We're building up a good life. building up a good life for my kids, my fiance. We're setting ourselves up to be successful. And at the end of the day, I want to own everything I have. I want to hold the titles in my hands to everything I have and say, I built that, I own that, that's mine. The bank doesn't own my stuff. If you're a super trucker out there saying you need to do this or you need to do that and you don't have the title of your truck in your hand, you have no right to say it. You just don't, because at the end of the day, we're at the same spot if you have this expensive piece of equipment but you're making payments on it. So I refuse to do that. Trailer, I owe, I think, about 7,500 bucks on that, and that'll be a quick, easy to pay off. And then I have, you know, 20 or 30 grand in debt that I want that paid off. But besides that, once that's done, it's done. I also got to pay 12 grand this year in the legal fees. That'll be done and over with. And then taxes, my accountant hasn't gotten back to me for some reason. That's gonna do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my explanation. Let me know what you guys want to see with the truck. If you have some ideas, let me know. Let me know what you want to see with the CRV, because we do plan on doing things like that. I do have some trailer content coming because I need to go over the trailer. So I'm gonna refurbish pretty much the whole trailer once the truck's done. So the CRV, we definitely need to give it a bath, which I am going to do today. That's basically it. So this is our parts run vehicle. This thing definitely needs cleaned out though. I can't wait to do that. But he's sniffling a little bit, so we're going to take him to the doctor's because 2 days in a row. Doesn't have a fever or anything, but he definitely needs to go to the doctor so I can at least get him excused from school for 2 days. But so this thing starts up now. He charged it up for me, the battery, and I haven't needed to get a battery yet. So